You don't talk about it much. Maybe you haven't in years. But every so often, when things don't feel quite right down there, you wonder. Is this just age, or is something wrong? It's easy to brush it off. A weaker stream. Less sensation. Skin that feels different than it used to. You figure it's nothing. Or maybe you're a little embarrassed to bring it up, even to your doctor. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your penis is one of the earliest warning signs your body gives you when something deeper is happening. Your blood vessels, your hormones, your nerves, they all show signs there first. It's not just about sex. It's about health. Real, life-altering health. And when you know what to look for, and how to care for this part of your body in your later years, you can catch things early. You can feel better. You can live longer. And yes, you can stay confident in your body, no matter your age. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 essential things every older man should know about caring for his penis. Simple things. Practical. But things most men overlook, until they're sitting in a doctor's office wishing they'd paid attention sooner. And number 4. It's something over 80% of older men ignore, even though it could save them from serious complications. So stick with me. You're going to walk away with tools that can help you protect your health. Quietly, powerfully, and without shame. And hey, if you're someone who believes aging should be done with strength, wisdom, and dignity, comment "I care for my health" below. And hit that subscribe button, because here at ElderTalks Daily, we're not afraid to talk about the things that matter most, especially the things nobody else will. Let's get into it. Let me tell you about Mr. Calvin. He was 72, retired, lived a quiet life, and still took pride in his routine. Up at 6 a.m. Cup of tea, daily shower, clean clothes. To anyone else, he seemed like a man who had it all together. But during a routine visit, his urologist found something surprising: recurring fungal infections. Now, Calvin was stunned. "I shower every single day," he said. And he wasn't lying. But here's the thing, he wasn't washing right. You see, as we age, our skin changes. It gets thinner. Less elastic. And in areas like the groin, especially if you're uncircumcised, those natural folds become perfect hiding spots for bacteria, sweat, and moisture. Even if you're squeaky clean on the outside, underneath, things can build up fast. It starts small, maybe a little irritation, redness, or itching. You think it's from walking too much, or your underwear being too tight. But if left unchecked, it can become balanitis, painful swelling, peeling skin, even cracked tissue. And here's the part that surprises most men: it's not about not showering, it's about not drying. Moisture is the real enemy here. You step out of the shower, towel off your chest, maybe your arms, but do you take time to dry the folds? Under the foreskin? Around the scrotum? Many don't. And that's when trouble begins. Also, those perfumed soaps you might have used for years, they're often too harsh for that area now. They strip away natural oils and throw off your skin's balance. That makes it easier for fungi and bacteria to take hold. So what can you do today? Something simple, really. Use lukewarm water, not hot. Choose a fragrance-free, gentle cleanser, ideally one made for sensitive skin. When you're done, pat dry gently, but thoroughly. If you're uncircumcised, carefully retract the foreskin and dry underneath before replacing it. It might feel awkward at first, but you'd be surprised how quickly it becomes routine, and how much discomfort it can prevent. Because in this stage of life, comfort matters. Confidence matters. Cleanliness matters. And the way you treat yourself sends a message, to your body, and to your mind. But keeping things clean is just one part of the story. Next, let's talk about something even more subtle. What your urine might be silently trying to tell you: every single day. You might not think twice about it, a slower stream. A little dribble after you think you're done. Waking up 2, maybe 3 times at night to use the bathroom. It feels annoying, sure. But not alarming. Just part of getting older, right? That's the trap. That's exactly how serious problems sneak past you unnoticed. Because your urine. It's not just waste. It's a report card, a daily update on how your prostate, bladder, kidneys, and even your nervous system are doing. But most men never learn how to read it. Take James, 76. Strong man. Still drives himself. Still mows his own lawn. But he started waking up 4 times a night to pee. He shrugged it off, thought it was normal. Then one day, he couldn't empty his bladder at all. The pain was unbearable. The diagnosis? Bladder stones and an enlarged prostate so swollen, it was pressing against his urethra. Here's what's happening behind the scenes: as you age, the prostate gland naturally grows. For some, it grows too much. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, but it can choke off your urine flow like a slow-closing valve. You might feel the urge but only get a trickle. Or finish and feel like you still have to go. And here's the kicker, those late-night bathroom trips. They don't just steal your sleep. They raise your fall risk, they drain your energy, they wear down your bladder muscles over time. But that's not the only concern. Changes in your urine color, smell, or even a sudden burning sensation could also signal infections, dehydration, or even the early stages of kidney trouble. So what should you do? Start by noticing. For just 1 week, track it. How many times a day? How strong is the stream? Do you feel relief afterward, or like you need to go again? Don't guess. Don't ignore. Document. Bring it to your doctor. That simple act alone can help catch problems before they become emergencies. Because your body always whispers before it screams. And while your urine might be giving quiet warnings, there's another area that says even more, without saying a word. Let's talk about blood flow, and why your penis may be the first place to notice when your heart is in trouble. If there's one sign older men tend to downplay, it's this one. You stop waking up with morning wood. You start noticing it takes longer to get going, or things don't stay the way they used to. At first, you chalk it up to age, stress, maybe even medication. But what if I told you that your body might be waving a red flag, not just about sexual health, but about your heart? See, the penis is unique. It has some of the smallest arteries in your body. That means when blood flow starts to slow down, it shows up there, first. Long before chest pain. Long before you even think to check your blood pressure. This isn't just theory, it's backed by decades of research. Men who experience erectile dysfunction in their 60s are more likely to face serious cardiovascular issues within 3 to 5 years. Why? Because what's happening down there is often a preview of what's happening in the rest of your arteries. Take Elijah, 70. He noticed changes. Subtle at first. Less firmness. Fewer spontaneous erections. He didn't feel sick. Didn't look sick. But a routine checkup revealed blocked arteries. His penis caught it before his heart ever did. So what's causing this poor circulation? Years of buildup from cholesterol, inflammation, high blood sugar, and lack of movement. They all shrink the pathways that blood needs to flow freely. And when blood doesn't flow, nothing works the way it should, physically or mentally. But here's the hopeful part, there's a lot you can do, starting today. Get your body moving. Even a 20-minute walk a day can reawaken blood vessels. Add in leafy greens, beets, nuts, and omega-3s, foods that naturally improve nitric oxide and circulation. And if you're on blood pressure or cholesterol meds, stay consistent. They don't just protect your heart, they help keep that important signal of vitality working, too. Because when blood flows well, everything feels more alive. Your skin glows, your brain stays sharp, your energy rises, and yes, so does that part of you that once felt forgotten. Still, it's not just what you feel that matters. Sometimes the body speaks through what you can see. Especially when the skin starts to change in ways that most men overlook. You notice a spot. Maybe a patch of redness. A little dry skin that doesn't go away. It's not painful, just there. So, you ignore it. Weeks pass. Months, even. Then, it gets darker. Maybe it starts to itch, or flake. Still, you think, it's probably just from friction or old age. But what if it's not? Here's something most men don't realize: the skin of the penis is delicate, vascular, and more exposed to friction, moisture, and irritation than almost any other part of the body. And with age, your immune system isn't quite as sharp. That means things like infections, inflammatory conditions, or even early-stage cancers can creep in slowly, without a single warning bell. There's a man named Alfred, 79. He noticed a small, red, shiny patch on the shaft. No pain. No swelling. But it stayed. His doctor diagnosed him with penile cancer, caught early, thankfully, but it changed his life. Skin changes like white patches, ulcers, sores that don't heal, or even just persistent dryness shouldn't be ignored. Especially if they linger longer than 2 weeks. And it's not just about cancer. Other conditions, like lichen sclerosis, psoriasis, or yeast infections, can also show up quietly, without fanfare. They can tighten the skin, cause discomfort, and impact daily living if left untreated. Here's the hard truth: men often assume that if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't matter. But the body doesn't always scream. Sometimes, it whispers through the skin. So make it a habit, once a month, during your regular routine. Check the area. Look for color changes, texture changes, unusual bumps, peeling, anything that seems new or off. You don't have to be a doctor to notice when something feels different. You just have to be willing to look. And if something doesn't go away, or makes you second guess, even for a moment, get it checked. It's not embarrassing. It's responsible. It's smart. Because early detection isn't about fear. It's about freedom. And peace of mind. But what if everything looks fine on the outside, and yet you still feel tired, moody, unmotivated, and not quite yourself? There's one final area that affects all the others, yet rarely gets talked about openly. You wake up, and something just feels off. You're not in pain. You're not sick. But the spark's gone. You feel slower. Not just physically, but emotionally. You're more tired than you used to be. You snap at people for no reason. You've lost your drive, your motivation, and yes, your desire. Here's what most men don't realize: it might not be in your head, it might be in your hormones. Testosterone. The hormone we often link with masculinity, energy, and libido, naturally declines as you age. That's not failure. That's biology. But when the levels drop too low, they can affect far more than your sex life. Low testosterone can lead to weight gain, especially around the belly, muscle loss, irritability, depression, or anxiety, loss of bone density, and yes, erectile dysfunction. It creeps in slowly, which makes it so hard to catch. You don't just wake up and say, "Oh, my testosterone dropped." You just start feeling not like yourself. Take George, 68. He used to play cards with his friends twice a week. Loved working on old radios in his garage. But over time, he stopped caring about both. He said he felt flat. A blood test revealed his testosterone had dropped to half of what it was a decade ago. His doctor worked with him on a natural plan, adjusting his sleep, cutting out processed foods, adding resistance training, and managing stress. A few months in, he felt like someone had lit a fire under him again. Same age. Same body. But the chemistry was balanced. Now, not everyone needs hormone therapy. And this isn't about taking pills or shots. It's about awareness. Start by asking your doctor for a simple blood test, total testosterone and free testosterone levels. You'd be surprised how many men are walking around undiagnosed. And support your hormones naturally by prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of real sleep, eating healthy fats like avocado and nuts, lifting light weights a few times a week, limiting alcohol and cutting sugar where you can. Your hormones shape how you think, how you feel, how you connect. And when they're balanced, everything just works better: your heart, your brain, your energy, your confidence. We've covered hygiene. We've talked urine, blood flow, skin changes, and now your internal chemistry. And I know, it's a lot. It can feel overwhelming at first. But here's the thing. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You just need to start paying attention. Because the truth is, these changes don't come to take your dignity. They come to remind you of something more powerful, that caring for yourself, really seeing yourself, isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Let's take a breath here. Because talking about this, it's not easy. Not for most men. Especially not in a world that teaches us to be tough, to be silent, to just push through and keep going. But the truth is, aging isn't just about what's changing. It's about how we respond to those changes. How we care for the body that's carried us through every high and every low. You might feel angry. Or embarrassed. You might feel like some of this means you're losing something that once made you feel like a man. But let me tell you, none of this takes away your strength. If anything, it adds to it. Because facing your body honestly, without shame, without denial, that's courage. That's maturity. That's love. For yourself. And for the people who care about you. When you understand what's happening, inside and out, you stop fearing it. You start making choices. Smart ones. Gentle ones. Ones that help you feel more alive, more connected, more in control. It's not too late. It's never too late. If you've been ignoring signs, start noticing them. If you've been afraid to ask questions, start writing them down. And if you've been avoiding the mirror, maybe, just maybe, take a longer look. Not for flaws. But for respect. Because that body of yours, it's been through a lot. And the fact that you're still here, still curious, still willing to learn, still wanting to live with dignity and strength, that's something to be proud of. These 5 essentials we talked about, they aren't just about the penis. They're about your whole self. Your confidence. Your peace of mind. Your right to feel good in your body, no matter what age you are. So, let this video be your turning point. A quiet but powerful reminder. That how you treat yourself now will shape every day that comes after. And if today you choose to care a little deeper, to pay a little closer attention, then you're already ahead. Let's bring it all together for a moment. We covered 5 essential areas that too many men ignore until it's too late. First, we talked about proper hygiene, not just washing, but drying, especially in those hidden folds where bacteria love to linger. Second, we looked at your urinary habits, how those late-night bathroom trips and weak streams aren't just annoyances, but possible signs of something deeper. Third, we explored circulation, how changes in blood flow down there might actually be your heart's early warning signal. Fourth, we went over skin changes. Why even a small, persistent patch or sore deserves your attention, not your silence. And finally, we dove into testosterone and hormonal health, how a quiet shift in your mood, energy, or drive could be your body's way of asking for help. If even one of these signs resonated with you, if something felt familiar, or stirred a memory, that's not coincidence. That's your body talking. And you listening? That's the beginning of something powerful. So here's what I'd love for you to do now. Drop a comment below. Tell me, which one of these signs have you noticed in yourself or someone you care about? Or maybe you've got a question you've been holding on to for a while, share it. You never know who else is reading and nodding along, finally feeling seen. And if this video helped you feel more informed, if it opened your eyes or gave you the courage to start a new conversation with your doctor, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. At ElderTalks Daily, we talk about the real stuff. The hard stuff. The stuff that too many people avoid. Because aging doesn't have to mean fading away quietly. It can mean rising into wisdom, clarity, and self-respect. Thank you for watching, for showing up for yourself today in a way that truly matters. Stay strong. Stay informed. And most of all, stay connected to yourself. I'll see you in the next one.